Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, part 1. It is Sunday, October 13th, 2024, and I'm so happy that you are joining us this week. It is fall, our favorite season, and this week, Mom and I wanted to showcase some products that celebrate this amazing, colorful season. So let's switch the camera over to my desktop, and I'll show you exactly what we're using. Okay, we are using some online exclusives this week, and I decided to really bring in a lot of online exclusives. Now, online exclusives are being released once every 4 months. So it's kind of going every other month we have a new release, either the catalog or the online exclusive release. And so the products I'm showing you today are from the July 2024 online exclusive release, but they're all still available, which is something I love about the online exclusives, is that open-ended availability, right, Mom? We're not tied down to just like 4 months in a catalog. We can have these things a lot longer than that.
Absolutely. I so agree.
So I've got several online exclusives I'm going to show you today that are all available right now, but there are some brand new online exclusives that are available right now for Demonstrator pre-order. And if you sign up as a demonstrator this month, you can get these new online exclusives in your starter kit and an extra $30 in product for a total of $155 in product for just $99 plus tax. These online exclusives will be available for everybody starting November 5th, 2024. And so we'll showcase those in another Sunday stamping video. But we wanted to share some products that you could get right now. And so this week we are specifically featuring the Scenic Pumpkin Patch. It is the perfect time, the middle of October, for visiting a pumpkin patch. And so I would love to know, is that something that you do every year? Do you go to see a pumpkin patch? Do you pick pumpkins? I know you don't necessarily have one near you, Mom, but I remember so fondly when we went to visit a pumpkin patch a couple years ago when you were here in the fall.
Yes.
I'd never seen so many different kinds of pumpkins before.
Oh my word. It was crazy. I never knew pumpkins were that many different colors.
Yes. So many varieties, so many colors. I'm going to try to incorporate some different colors on my pumpkins today, but I've been using the Scenic Pumpkin Patch stamp set along with the Everyday Greetings set because it doesn't have any words in it. I paired it with this one, which is another one of those online exclusives that came out in July. And this one goes really well with these dies, the greetings of the season. So there was another Christmas greeting stamp set that is bundled with this set of dies, but the dies are just really terrific tags in lots of different shapes and sizes. And so I incorporated the tags, the everyday greetings, and then some of my favorite iconic imagery designer paper. This is a 6x6 paper pack, and it really has papers and patterns for all different kinds of occasions this fall and winter. We've got plaid, we've got candles, we've got snowflakes and fireworks and leaves and trees and pumpkins. And so I really had fun mixing and matching some of these paper designs to create some cards with the Scenic Pumpkin Patch. And then for embellishments, I'm doing my favorite pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive backed dots. And all of these are online exclusives that you can find in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. I want to start by sharing some of the extra samples that I've made because on the card that I'm going to demonstrate today, I didn't really use a lot of the designer paper, but I did on my samples. And so I kind of wanted to share those with you. Here's one with some kind of color blocking with the designer paper and that fun sort of hexagon tag. I used Cajun Craze and Mossy Meadow for this one. I really love this little tree image, and you can use the other image right above it to create leaves in different colors. So I did some beautiful golden crushed curry leaves for this Hello Friend card. And then I really was trying to play with the, doing all the different sizes and kind of creating like a scene with the pumpkins. And so I used this longer image to create some diagonal kind of rows and trying to create some like, you know, segments and movement on my card. And so I did play around with the crushed curry and pumpkin pie and Cajun craze on this one. And I was looking through the greetings, trying to come up with some other ones. And this one caught my eye. I really love this one. Where there is heartache, let there be healing. And so I just did a really simple card with the trees stamped in misty moonlight and some of that snowflake paper. And my last bonus sample is this one. And I kind of played around with the fence image, and I really liked this. So this is sort of very clean and simple. And today's card, I'm going to take this same concept, but bump it up with lots of color and lots of stamp images. It's kind of a busy card for me, and I was really struggling as I was finalizing my design because I did feel like it was too much, but you'll have to tell me what you think, Mom. So I'm starting with one of those big tags from the Greetings of the Season dies, and I'm going to stamp my focal image on this one. I'm going to start with that, that fence and use some crumb cake for that. And I am just going to stamp this once, so I don't have to worry about lining it up, but it is intended to be lined up. Mom filmed her card first, and so I'm like, I'm not going to attempt that. I'm not going to attempt that while recording. So I've got my fence going across here with that fence post coming off the edge so that it's symmetrical. And then I'm going to do.
Good job, Julie.
Thank you. I'm gonna do the thank you greeting up here at the top in Mossy Meadow. And then I'm gonna come in with some pumpkins. So like this one, I'm gonna start with those large pumpkins. So there are several different size pumpkins. We've got the bigger ones, the medium, the small, and then just the standalone pumpkin over here. So I'm gonna start with these big ones. I really wanted to kind of build a scene with the different sizes of the pumpkins, but I had a hard time with having it be too much in rows and overlapping each other in a weird way. And so I decided to kind of bring in some of these other pumpkins by staggering them. And so I'm going to bring in the set now of the medium pumpkins, and I messed this up a few times. The stems are designed to go on it, and you can see there's like a cluster of 3 and then a set of 2. And so you need to make sure that you're stamping the pumpkins where the cluster of 3 is on the same side of the stems of 3, because several times I thought that was side up and then my stems didn't match. So pay attention to your stems when you're stamping your pumpkins so that you'll be able to match them up afterwards.
Good tip.
Yeah. So I'm going to stamp some of these over here. And I do want to have them be in the full row, but I'm trying not to like overlap the dark pumpkins. So then I'm going to bring the other ones over here. So they're still kind of in that row, but I'm leaving some space for the larger pumpkins. And then I'm going to come in and do the same thing with the small pumpkins and crushed curry. And again, I want to make sure I am paying attention to my stems. And this time the cluster of 3 is on the left side. And so I'm going to stamp that. Up there. So I kind of have things evenly spaced. They're not so like row, but I still have the rows. Let's bring in some greens for the stems. I'm going to do Mossy Meadow, the darker green for the, oh, that was a big splat. It just looks like a leaf, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, and then the, let's see. Okay, then we have the medium pumpkins are also going to be with the same Mossy Meadow. Oh man. another little splat there. I think it'll be okay. And then for the small pumpkins, I'm going to bring in the lighter Old Olive. And it's not that much lighter, but since the pumpkins are really a different color, I wanted to bring in kind of a different color there. So there's our pumpkins.
Very nice, Julie.
On our tag, I really should have stamped a little bit on the inside while I was doing all of that. So let's just stamp really quick some pumpkins with the fence for the inside. Oh, I hope I got the right. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, so sweet. I just love these little pumpkins. All right, that's for the inside. Let's put that card aside. So we've got our tag for the front, we've got our inside, and then I have some strips of cardstock and a piece of that designer paper. So I'm only using a little strip. These are 1/2-inch strips, and they are just slightly different lengths. I want to add some stamping here to decorate these a little bit more. So I'm bringing in the little leaves and the vine and creating a border in Mossy Meadow ink on the Mossy Meadow cardstock. And I'm going to come in with the crushed curry and do the small pumpkins. And for these, I'm not going to stamp the stems. I'm just going to stamp some little pumpkins, like some little gourds to go across. Okay, I've got so much going on with color. I decided to use the crumb cake for my card base. And so I'm going to add the inside and then decorate the front. And I played around so much with different like configurations, but I really just liked having different strips across the card base. So I'm going to do that, and kind of, like I said, they're different lengths. So I didn't want it to be perfect, you know, lines, perfect rows with the cardstock strips. I just kind of wanted to have it be, you know, pulling in some of the color. Let's see, this is going to go on the bottom. About an inch or so from the bottom.
I like that, Julie.
Thank you.
I'll have to case that idea.
Originally, I was going to do more of a vertical layout with the different strips, but the tag, so I kind of struggled with that because the tag is so long that like you don't see much of the strips behind it, you know? And so I felt like it needed to go this direction, but it takes so much of the width of the card that I almost feel like I just need a different size card base, you know, something that's a little bit bigger, like maybe like a 5x7. I don't usually make different sizes like that. Do you?
Not too often. If I do anything, I might cut down the card base if I feel like it's too big for what I'm doing. All right. I'll take a 1/2 inch or an inch off.
Yeah. I need your help here on deciding the twine. So this is one from the mini catalog, the Natural Tones linen thread. It's part of the Nest of Winter suite. And so I was trying to decide between the green twine for the bow or linen thread.
Ooh. I'm leaning towards the green.
Yeah, I think that'll
Yeah, I think the linen might get lost.
Yeah, I do think that it kind of gets washed out. My sample, I used the green as well.
Oh, well, there you go.
But I wanted to give you a choice. I did have a linen thread bow originally. And so that's what it looks like. And I just think the green, I think it pops a little bit more.
Yeah. I agree.
I think this might be a garden green, but
I do believe that it is garden green, but it'll work.
Yeah, I think
sure.
it's so thin. I think it goes well with the coloring that we've got going on. So there's with the green.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the green.
All right, so that's going to go on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And then some glue dots to put the bow on the tag. Kind of roll that glue dot right in there. I always like to make the bow and then put it on instead of trying to tie it around, because sometimes when you tie it, it gets kind of bulky.
Yeah.
So there's my finished card.
Very nice. So cute.
Do you think it's too busy?
No.
Okay. Cut. I'm adding this part afterwards because I can't believe I forgot to add some bling. I'm using those pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots to add a little bit of bling to this card. And I was really having a hard time because I feel like both the pecan pie and the white would go really well. You know, on my other sample, I used the white. So I'm going to do this one with the pecan pie. And then we can do a little this or that. Now, Mom's not connected right now because I'm doing this last minute. So Mom, weigh in with everybody else and let me know which way you like the bling. I was having a hard time with having like a single one that was just sort of floating. And so I decided to do 5, 3 down here and 2 up here. So there's the pecan pie. And here's another version with the white ribboned adhesive back dots. So this or that, let me know which of these you prefer. I am going to jam this back in the middle of the video. So back to the original video. I had so much fun playing with Scenic Pumpkin Patch, and although we haven't made plans to visit a pumpkin patch yet, we are looking at pumpkin patches for our visit to see Claire next week. So I'm hoping to get out to see a pumpkin patch. And if nothing else, when you're here next week, we're going to go over to Curtis Orchard and enjoy some of the yummy food and some apple donuts. Maybe we won't hike out to to pick our own pumpkins, but I'm looking forward to your visit next week and to stamping together in person. It's going to be so much fun.
Oh, it is. I mean, I'm so sorry our Tigers lost, but no, I'm gearing up for a road trip here, and I think it's going to be jam-packed. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to your visit, but before we get ahead of ourselves, it is time to head over to your channel to see part 2 of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. So click the link in the middle of the screen or check out the video description for the link to Mom's channel. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and to Mom's so that you don't miss out on future episodes of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. Thanks for joining me this week, Mom. All right. Have a great week. Bye, everybody. Bye, Mom. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.